you want to be wealthy, find out what other people want and provide it. It's that simple.
Originating from deep inside the Rocky Mountains, transported through the power of the internet, and arriving inside your tiny earbuds. It's the Appraiser Coach Podcast.
Minisode.
Welcome back to the program, everybody. Dustin Harris moving through the principles of prosperity, and we're doing a series of these principles. There's going to be a total of 16 in all, and with the introduction that I began with. And by the way, as a reminder, these are not in any particular order, and they are not necessarily in order of importance. The only thing I would ask is to go back and listen to the introductory podcast, which was, 4 episodes ago. And if you want to skip some others and skip ahead, that's fine. That's okay. Many of these you're going to understand and know just by reading the title. Others might be a good reminder to listen through. My goal is to keep these, and I've been able to, knock on wood. I would actually knock on wood if I had some wood around here, but I don't. But my goal is to keep these to 10 minutes or less. So far, I've been able to do so. Today's should be pretty easy and simple to understand it, but it is a guiding principle in my life. It's a guiding idea of truth that once I understand and then focus on makes all the difference in the world. Another thing that's making a huge difference in my business and should in yours as well is Now software. I know it sounds silly. It's a software, Dustin. Is it really that? Folks, trust me, it's that big of a deal. It will change the way that you run your business because it makes it easier to know at your fingertips what's going on so that you don't have late reports and so that you don't have more focus in one nest than you need to in another. Now software, anow.com. Again, anow.com. All right, folks, number 4, principle number 4 is simply that money follows value. Now, this is a little bit of a piggyback on last week's episode where we talked about principle number 3. And principle number 3 is that money is only a tool, or an instrument if you'd rather use that word. Tool sounds like a negative connotation anymore, but money is only an instrument. It is only a placekeeper for value. Well, money follows value is a principle that follows that same idea, meaning that money is simply a reflection of value, and thus, again, that's principle number 3. Money is only a tool or a placeholder for value. Let's flip that now around. If your desire is to get money, by the way, there's something sinisterly wrong about that particular idea, but follow me here, go with me here, right? But if your desire is to get money, you simply have to follow principle number 4, and that is that money follows value. Stay with me. I'm going to expand on that in just a minute. I want to pause here and remind you of Anow software. I was just on there literally 45 seconds before I went on the air, checking an order, finding out the status. We got a call from a lender. Where's this at? So I quickly went to Anow to find out what's going on. Well, it's a revision, and we're in the process of working through it. I can't answer those questions for lenders unless I know what's going on, and Anow allows me to know immediately, right now, what's going on. Anow.com. Again, it's anow.com. Welcome back to the program, everybody. We're talking about principle number 4, and principle number 4 is that money follows value. What does that mean, Dustin? Well, if money follows value and your desire is to get money, again, I would caution you and coach you and mentor you that maybe your focus is wrong, but that's kind of the point of this principle, right? Let's just go with it for now. Your desire is to get money. Well, how does money come? Where does that money come from? And the truth of the matter is it comes in 2 ways. It really only comes in one way long term, but let me give you the 2 ways. Money follows value, or money follows perceived value. Okay? Follow me here, right? In order to get you to open up your wallet and give me money, I need to provide something to you of value, or I need to deceive you enough that you are at least giving money for something that you perceive to be valuable. Now, those are 2 very different concepts. Now, there's nothing wrong with perceived value that's real, right? Something that I give to you and you accept may have much more value on your side than it does on mine. I may be giving up very little for you to gain a lot, if that makes sense, and vice versa. But perceived value that's unreal, we call that fraud. We call that cheating. We call that against another principle that we'll talk about in a couple of a couple of weeks, and that is integrity, right? In order for you, however, to open up your wallet and desire to give me money, I've got to provide something of value to you. That might be in the form of labor. That might be in the form of service. That might be in the form of education. It might be in the form of a product. We open up our wallets when we want to, in exchange, receive something of value. And that's really what this is all about. There's an old saying, and I can't remember who said it. You know, part of the problem in doing a podcast like this, and especially one that's condensed like this, 10 minutes or less, is I think of these ideas and these thoughts that really created these principles for me, and I forget where I learned them from. So this may have come from Tony Robbins. It may have come from Jim Rohn. It may have come from Napoleon Hill. It may have come from a various number of sources. I can't remember who. And I'm going to botch the quote, but I think you'll get the gist of it. And it basically is, if you want to get rich, find out what other people want and provide it for them. Let me repeat that. If you want to be wealthy, find out what other people want and provide it. It's that simple. Think of any successful, rich individual that you can think of, and it's because they've provided something of value long-term. Now, they might have cheated, right, to get there, but that's not a long-term success. Anybody that is long-term, eventually that's going to catch up to you, in other words. Anybody that's long-term understands that there is value, and it has to be true value, provided for money exchanged. Speaking of great value, you talk to any member of the All-Star team, and they will tell you there is some great value there. There is a little money spent, great value in return. Check us out. Go to my website, please, theappraisercoach.com. I encourage you to check on the memberships tab. Find out what it takes to be a member of the All-Star team and be a part of an elite group of appraisers across the country, helping each other to become even better.
You've been listening to the Appraiser Coach podcast with Dustin Harris. If you like what you hear, please give us a 5-star rating and post a short review on iTunes. For more in-depth insider information on how you can make more money as a real estate appraiser, visit theappraisercoach.com and sign up for the All-Star team today. Thanks for joining us. And now, get out there and create some value.
If your desire is to get money, by the way, there's something sinisterly,